Okay, we're gonna do 2 more examples on this side and move on to the chemical properties. One that we got from the text from the stations activity was the ability to conduct heat and or electricity. And I believe many of you might have learned about this in 5th grade. For example, many of you already know that metals, such as this metal pan, is a good conductor of electricity, which is why we use it to cook. Because we can conduct the heat from the gas, from the stove, over to the food to cook it. Versus, so, in case you didn't know what a metal pan looks like, here it is, right? Metal pan. Oh my gosh, the lengths I go for you. Versus like this rubber glove that I can use to hold the pan so that I don't get burned, which is not very good at conducting heat or electricity. Okay, that looks, I don't know. You can probably do a better job of drawing that, but just write rubber glove. Oh, excuse me. And then the last one is melting point. So you learned on Monday. Actually, the question I asked you was about boiling point. But melting point and boiling point are similar in that they're both temperatures. So melting point is a temperature at which something solid turns into liquid, and boiling point is the temperature at which something liquid turns into gas. So every substance, every material has a very specific melting point, for example, and boiling point, but I'm going to just talk about melting point. For example, water is always going to have a melting point of 0 degrees Celsius. So that means as soon as the temperature hits 0 degrees Celsius, which is about 32 degrees Fahrenheit, for example, like ice, it's going to start melting into liquid. But something like gold, its melting point, get this, it requires 1064 degrees Celsius for this to begin melting into liquid gold. Okay? And, other things like certain types of plastics. Anyway, there's so many different types of plastics, but there's one type of plastic that melts at about 260 degrees Celsius. So anyway, these are physical properties, but see, this does not change the substance's identity because I could increase the temperature. I can decrease the temperature, and I could turn that liquid water back into ice. I could turn that liquid gold back into solid gold, and so on and so forth. And it still stays as water, it still stays as gold, because that is just a change, right? Anyway, basically, I can test the melting point without changing its identity.